All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm here with Clinton Shrugs, one of my clients that I worked with. Clinton is from Michigan, Flint, Michigan, same city as I am. And when we started working together, me and Clinton, we've talked a lot growing up about starting businesses. And one thing that Clinton told me about was his aspirations to start a concert business and do other things. But first, he really needed to get a foundation in his life. There were things he was going through where he was transitioning, and he really wanted to focus on being the best employee and, improving his mindset and then moving on to business. So everybody, I want you to say hello to Clinton. And Clinton, thank you for joining me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So Clinton, tell us a little bit about your background and what was going on in your life when we started working together.
All right. So, like you said, I am from Flint. Uh, been knowing you for a long time. It's coming up on 10 years almost, which is nuts. Um, I was just transitioning from working in Flint to moving to Troy, getting a new job in Detroit. And everything was just so new. And I really wanted to get like a good foundation going, be a really good employee, make it seem like I was the obvious choice for things, handling responsibilities. So that's where we kind of got started. And then a lot of that shifted because you told me it's like a mind thing, you know what I mean? Kind of just really changing your outlook on how things happen to you. So uh, that was like a really good basis to go off of, uh, like don't let life happen to you, you know what I mean? You kind of decide what goes on. So I've been, doing a lot of that, trying to, have some say in what goes on in my own life instead of just thinking like it's something that happens to me.
Exactly. Tell us a little bit more about that, the mindset piece. What was it about, your mindset or working with you about your mindset that really led to improvement in your job?
Uh, to be honest, basically like the things that are in my control, uh, it's more than I think, you know what I mean? Uh, I came in with like a lot of mentalities, like just nervous, fear, um, not really sure like what the next step was. And then, working with you, you would tell me it's gonna come along, as long as you handle your business, you should see the results that you want. Um, for example, if you're tired, you know what I mean? If you got to be up in the morning, the best thing for you to do is to get to bed at night. We talk about that all the time. Um, and just making sure that like everything that I can do is not something that's holding me up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yes.
And before we got started working here, like how long had you been kind of in this state where you truly were trying to figure things out?
For a while, to be honest with you, I was in a job that I wasn't really happy with. And I was just kind of in a place where I wasn't, I was afraid to move because I knew that was, at least I had a job where I was at, even though I didn't really love it.
Hmm.
I was making some money there instead of making no money at the next job.
All right.
Yeah.
Makes
So,
sense.
taking a leap of faith, uh, just kind of handling it day by day, was a lot of it.
Okay. And what kind of decided or what kind of pushed you towards working with me versus anybody else?
Um, well, I've known you a long time, like I said, but I see the kind of results that like you get from things that you want, that you go after. So I decided to try it, with your recommendation, and it's been working out. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. So what were some of the, before we started working together, what were some of the kind of old habits that you had that you would say that you've now flipped, and now that you're doing, better at your job and you're actually up for a promotion? Congratulations on that.
Right.
What have you flipped to make to then use those habits to your advantage?
So just kind of putting myself more on like a discipline track at work. Uh, so at work we have a call block where our boss recommends us not being like off the phone for the first 2 hours of the shift, which is fine. But I actually put myself on like a 3 hour call block just to make sure that like I'm handling my business. Um, I'm making sure like I'm statusing the leads, which were an issue I had earlier, trying to make sure that all the leads are status correctly on the phone. I've been just doing slower work, but it's better work. And now that I'm getting the quality of work, I can work on the speed. Yep.
Okay. So where are you working now?
I work at Rock Connections in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Family companies. Yep.
Okay. And we're talking about the habits. So what would you say has been your transformation over? I think we actually started working with each other late 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
from there up until now, we've continued talking, and you've continued to work with you. What are some of the transformations that you've seen? Even outside of the workplace.
Okay, so I see more of my day because I go to bed earlier.
Okay.
So I'm getting up earlier, which gives me, just that much more time to be ready in the morning, to get down the highway, to be at work on time. It's, I got it pretty down to a schedule now. And, you know, not sleeping with the TV on is one. It might sound small, but like I'll turn the TV off and like really, okay, this is sleep time, not I want to turn over and watch Avengers because it's on at 4 a.m. time. Yeah, it's time to handle business. I got to be up and get ready. And a good night's sleep is the best way to handle a good day, even if you're kind of unprepared for the day. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. And then you also were getting back on your fitness tip as well.
Right, right. Yeah, no. I've been walking more. I take the steps. I'm on the fifth floor of my new building, so taking the steps is a big deal. And sometimes it's because the elevators are slow, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
making sure that I'm handling my business like that. Um, I'm buying groceries for myself, which is a big deal because you just really can't eat fast food all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, you can, but it's not going to work out the way
It's not going to work out, right?
And really buying groceries is the best way to see some more money at the end of the week. Than going out 4 or 5 times a week or buying lunch every day at your job. Might as well just save that little money and pack you a lunch. That way you always get something that you want. And at the end of the week, you're seeing 40, 50 extra dollars. It's nice.
Exactly. So, we've talked about, more of your personal development. We've talked about your professional development. You also have business aspirations, when we've talked about it and started planning your concert business. Tell us a little bit more about what you're looking to explore now that, you now have your foundation from your mindset work. And now that, your job is going great, that you can now focus on other things.
So, JP, in essence, I want to be a professional concert goer. I know that sounds crazy, but I would love to do survival guides for festivals, like the best way to survive a festival, come out with, a good time, some money in your pocket, and give people reviews on artists that they might not be familiar with. So, that would allow me to go to shows, which is something I love to do, but just kind of give people an insight of what you can expect at a certain show from a certain artist, or even at a certain venue in Detroit or wherever I'm at.
And what was your inspiration for wanting to do that?
I love music. I've been to a bunch of different concerts. And I feel like, to be honest with you, going to concerts, I pay to go, you know what I mean? But even if I had to pay more, for certain shows, I would do it because I love to do it. There's something about hearing your favorite song live, or just the involvement from the crowd. It's really a feeling. You'd have to be there. You know what I mean? If you have never been to a festival or a concert, you might not understand the kind of feeling I'm getting, but it's nuts. You always want to go right back.
Exactly. I know the feeling. So before we end the interview, anything that you want to say to anyone watching this about, or, giving any advice or anyone looking to join the program?
Yeah, no. You got to take it serious, just like anything, but at the same time, you will see the results if you put in the work, for sure. I was a nervous wreck when I first got the job, not really just sure about my role, but now that I'm more comfortable in the role and I'm excelling in the role, feels great. like I said, I'm ready to handle something else, put like, some more responsibility on my plate. But, it's definitely something that I would recommend. You're working with like a great guy, for people that haven't used the program. So somebody that'll, be real flexible on your time. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's highly recommended.
Cool. So, thanks for the interview, Clint. Anything that you want to say? You want to tell us where we can find you at? Your handles on any social media or anything like that?
No doubt, no doubt. So you can follow me on Twitter at Sensei Scruggs. You can follow me on Instagram at _C__91. And if I can do it, if I can turn it around, you can too. I should be like the poster child for success. Because if I can do it, you can do it for sure.
And you're just getting started, man.
Yeah, no, exactly.
How old are you?
I'm 28. Just turned 28 in February.
28. Okay. All right, man. We're just getting started. So once again, thanks
No
and
doubt.
take care.
All right. Take care. Thank you.